दोस्तों, आज हम बात करने वाले हैं तुम्बाड के बारे में. That was made in 2018. So there's this really interesting fact about Tumbaad that it came out during COVID, a time when most of us didn't know what was going to happen next. And during this time, we were all delving into like the existential crisis, questioning everything that life meant for us. And this is one of those things that I dwelled into. Tumbaad really rewired my brain into uh, looking at the question of the hunger for more and how to know that it's time to stop. So let's jump right in. So Tumbaad plays into this mythological fantasy of the deal with the devil, in this devil being Huster. Uh, so let's get to know about Huster a little bit more. The Huster was one of the first son from goddess of prosperity, and he had everything, but he wanted more. So he stole gold from all the other god and goddesses, and he was successful. He got all the gold that other gods had, but then when he when he tried to steal food from them, they opposed, and then there was this war. And to save Huster from demise, goddess of prosperity took him into her womb to save him. But there was only one condition that other god and goddesses had given the goddess of prosperity, was that Hasta would be removed from the ranks of gods. And that's what happened. And that's the reason movie gives us that why Hasta was never mentioned in the scripture, or why he's not prayed to anymore. Vinayakrao, his ancestors prayed to Hastur for prosperity. So they prayed to Hastur for wealth, and they got immense wealth. Like we see in the movie that Vinayak Rao's grandfather had like a big wada, he had this big haveli, and he had so much money. But in contrast, Vinayak Rao's family, after the death of his father, they were left for shambles, like survive on bare minimum. And they did. But when Vinayak Rao got into adulthood, he wanted to possess this wealth, ancestral wealth that was given to him. But here's the thing. When he went to Dadi said, विरासत में मिली हर चीज़ पे अपना हक नहीं जमाते. That's when Dadi basically warned him that this is going to be the reason for your despair. Maybe not go that route. His initial interaction with Huster was because he wanted to survive, but then the more he went down into the womb, the more he got, the more gold he got, he was hungry for more again. Like he didn't know when to stop. And that just reflected how Huster called upon his demise by not knowing when to stop, not knowing when the hunger is fulfilled. So when Vinayak Rao doesn't know when to stop for more, he's meant to follow the same path that Huster went down. Like this is the point where everything goes to shit. Even for Huster, when he didn't know when to stop, he digged for more, and then that's when his demise became reality. And that's the same path Vinayak Rao is on. He's going for more, and not knowing when to stop is going to be the reason for his despair eventually. Pandurang, Vinayak Rao's son, is meant to follow the footsteps of his father. He is trained into how to go down Hustar's womb, and he knows that this is something he has to do to survive. This is how he's gonna get money to sustain his life, not questioning whether it's right or wrong. It's just because he's doing what is told to him. So because he is not questioning whether this is the right thing to do or not, He's meant to follow the same despair that his father will eventually gain. But something interesting happens in the climax when the tragedy hits. When Haster is able to attack Vinayak Rao and is like when Vinayak Rao is cursed by Haster, becoming mortal and just becoming this zombie who is never going to die but is always going to be hungry and sleeping. Uh, he has this pocket that they went down for, the gold pocket that has infinite gold, and that will set them up for the rest of their lives and generations to come. He hands this gold pocket to Pandurang, his son, saying, "Take this. This is what we came for. Take it. We have it now." But Pandurang, something hits Pandurang at this point. He realizes that no, he doesn't want the gold. He wants his father, but sadly, his father cannot be normal now. He has been cursed, and he is turned into this zombie that can never be normal human again. He realizes something, that money is not everything, and then this is time to stop. So what he does is really brave. He lights his father into fire, basically freeing him of the curse that was put upon him, basically giving him moksha. And he doesn't take the gold pocket, he leaves it with him and basically closes the door for Tumbaad. Maybe forever, maybe just for some time, we don't know. But yeah, he leaves from there without the gold, without his father, and in this way, he basically breaks the generational curse that was put upon the Rao family, because for generations, his father and his ancestors were strangled into this generational curse where they took the gold from Huster and not stopping, not knowing when to stop. But he stopped that generational curse right there. By losing his father, he realized that this is not a way to go. He needs to stop. But then there is also this question that raises into my mind, that what if? What if Pandurang had seen the days that Vinayak Rao had seen while growing up, where they did not have enough to eat, where they didn't know if they'll have enough to survive another day? Would he still leave that golden pocket back into Tumbaad, or would he like take on that opportunity? So, for example, if Pandurang had seen the same days at Vinayak Rao had seen, would he still have the courage to leave that golden pocket behind in Tumbaad and close the doors for Tumbaad forever? Or would he take on this opportunity? This is what the movie leaves us with, is to know that easy way to anything is not gonna bring you like happiness, because even when Vinayak Rao had so much money, he dwelled into like intoxication, he dwelled into all pleasures of of the world that was there, but he just didn't know what uh, made him happy anymore. He had this perfect small life with his wife and son. He left that, uh, and when he got more money, he got more wives, and he kind of lost his way on what was meaningful anymore. So he got like distant from his wife. That was everything to him at one point. So yeah, it brings into this question that whether more money does actually mean happiness. Maybe not. Maybe it does, but for fraction of time, as it did for Vinayak Rao, because when he had enough money at the start, they were happy, but then as more money came in, the more stressed he was to keep that money. The more wealth he got, the more enemies he made, the more stress came with it on how to sustain this wealth, and things like that. So, yeah, what do you guys think about Tumbaad? And if it was horrifying experience for you or not? One interesting thing is that uh, विरासत में मिली हर चीज़ पे अपना हक नहीं जमाना चाहिए. That was something Dadi said when she gave him the knowledge of Vada and how to get gold from the womb. And that is something I do look back on. विरासत में मिली हर चीज़ पे अपना हक नहीं जमाना चाहिए. This is philosophical if you think about it. Uh, it's basically like, even though you've got everything from like virasat, it's still your responsibility to do something worthwhile with your life. Make your own wealth, whether you already have enough wealth or not. Because, yeah, like, what's the point of having all this talent and opportunity when all you have to do is to, like, use up what came before you instead of creating something of your own. Yeah, thank you so much for listening to me bluff about this movie. I do enjoy talking about movies a lot, so if you're someone who'd like to listen to me more, uh please stick around, and I hope to see you soon. Bye now.